Taehyung. The door hadn't even been closed for a full minute before Taehyung pressed his forehead against it, fists clenched, his throat tight. Inside, Jungkook leaned back against the other side of the door, trying to breathe, trying not to cry, trying not to care. But his heart pounded with the pain of 1,000 unspoken words. Flashback. 2 months ago, Taehyung's phone buzzed during dinner. Jungkook leaned across the table, laughing about something, when he saw the message flash on Taehyung's screen. "Yeri, don't forget our meeting tonight." Just as Taehyung had silenced it too quickly. Jungkook never said a word then. But he remembered. And that memory burned now more than ever. Present Namjoon found him standing by the door still. "You okay?" he asked gently. Jungkook shook his head. "I don't know. Why does he get to walk in and out of my life whenever he wants?" "He doesn't," Namjoon said. "Unless you leave the door unlocked." That hit hard. 2 days later it rained again. Like the sky wanted to drown Jungkook's heart. He sat by the cafe window, trying to focus on work. Until Taehyung walked in. Soggy, desperate, and shaking. Jungkook stiffened. "I know I don't deserve to ask," Taehyung said quietly, "but just hear me. One last time." Jungkook didn't speak. "I loved you from the beginning. But I was too much of a coward to stand beside you when it mattered. And I lost you because of that." Jungkook's voice was cold. "You didn't just lose me. You broke me." Taehyung looked shattered. "But I want to fix it. Not with promises, but with actions. I'm here, Jungkook. No hiding. No more choosing others. Just you." "Why now?" Jungkook whispered, blinking away tears. "Why after all this?" "Because every single second without you felt like punishment," Taehyung whispered. "And I'd rather fight for you every day than live a single moment pretending I'm okay without you." Silence stretched between them. The world moved outside. But inside that cafe, it was just them. Jungkook exhaled shakily. "Tell me it's not too late." Taehyung stepped closer, barely breathing. "Only if you still want me to stay." The cafe felt far too quiet. Every clink of a spoon, every shuffle of a chair faded beneath the storm between them. Jungkook didn't look at Taehyung. His voice was soft, but his heart screamed behind each syllable. "If you stay, Taehyung, stay for real. No half-hearted love. No disappearing. No more hiding behind your silence." Taehyung stepped closer. "I won't run again." Jungkook looked up, eyes glistening. "I can't survive losing you twice." Taehyung's heart broke then and there. That night the rain didn't stop. It poured harder when they walked out of the cafe together. Taehyung held the umbrella over both of them. But Jungkook walked just a little ahead, keeping a fragile space between them. They didn't speak until they reached Jungkook's apartment building. "You're still wearing the ring," Taehyung said quietly. Jungkook glanced down at the thin silver band around his finger. "I never took it off," he replied, voice trembling. "But not because I was waiting." Taehyung nodded. "I understand. I wore it as a reminder of how easily something beautiful can break if not protected." Silence. Then Jungkook added, "But maybe some broken things can be mended if someone really wants to fix them." Taehyung stepped forward. "I do. With everything I have." Later that night Jungkook sat on the edge of his bed, fidgeting with the ring. Taehyung stood in the doorway, afraid to move. Afraid even to breathe too loudly. "I'm scared," Jungkook admitted. "Me too," Taehyung said honestly. "But I'd rather be scared with you than live a lie without you." He slowly walked closer, kneeling in front of Jungkook. "I'll prove it. Every single day. I'll earn you back, not just your love, but your trust." Jungkook finally looked down at him. His fingers brushed against Taehyung's jaw. And in a whisper, almost like a plea, "Then don't kiss me unless you mean forever." Taehyung's hand slid gently to Jungkook's cheek, thumb brushing away the tear that slipped free. "I've only ever meant forever." He leaned in. And this time, when their lips met, it didn't feel like an ending. It felt like a beginning. The apartment was silent, but inside Jungkook's heart, it was anything but. Thunder didn't roll outside anymore. It rumbled quietly inside his chest. He lay in bed staring at the ceiling, Taehyung beside him. Close. Too close. But not close enough. "I thought about this moment every day," Taehyung whispered into the dark. Jungkook stayed quiet. "Not just holding you, but being allowed to. Being wanted here." Jungkook rolled onto his side, facing him. "Then why didn't you come sooner?" Taehyung's voice cracked. "Because I didn't believe I deserved you yet." A pause. Jungkook's hand reached forward, brushing against Taehyung's chest, just above his heart. "It still hurts, Tae. But I don't think I want to heal without you." Taehyung gently caught his hand, intertwining their fingers. "I'll wait. For the day the pain fades." And even after, the next morning sunlight crept through the curtains, a golden hue warming the room. Jungkook stirred first, Taehyung's arms around him. He didn't move. Not yet. Instead, he listened, to the sound of Taehyung's even breathing. To the steady beat of a heart that once felt far away. Taehyung tightened his hold, murmuring sleepily, "Don't move." Jungkook smiled softly. "Are you awake?" Taehyung replied, nuzzling into the crook of Jungkook's neck. "I just don't want to let go." "You don't have to." Jungkook turned in his arms. "I don't need flowers or dramatic apologies. I don't need grand gestures." He looked into Taehyung's eyes. "I just need you." Taehyung's throat tightened. "Then you'll have me. All of me." Later that day, Taehyung helped clean the small apartment. He cooked Jungkook's favorite breakfast, even though he almost burned the eggs. They laughed for the first time in weeks. Jungkook watched him from across the kitchen and whispered to himself, "I forgot what it felt like to be wanted." And when Taehyung looked up, as if hearing the words from across the room, he smiled. "I'll remind you." Every day, Jungkook stood at the bus stop, his arms wrapped around himself as the wind picked up. He had a small grocery bag in hand, but his thoughts were far from errands. They were with Taehyung. He hadn't stopped thinking about that morning. The way Taehyung looked at him, not with regret or guilt anymore, but devotion. Like he finally meant the words he once said too easily. A sudden honk startled him. A sleek black car pulled up beside him. The window rolled down. "Taehyung. Get in," he said softly, his voice barely rising over the wind. Jungkook blinked. "You followed me." "I always follow where you go." Inside the car, Taehyung reached across and buckled Jungkook's seatbelt, his fingers brushing against Jungkook's chest. The touch lingered, warm and careful. "I know you said you don't need grand gestures," he said, driving. "But I want to give you more than just apologies." "I never asked you to," Jungkook replied, eyes soft. "I just want you to stay." Taehyung's hands gripped the steering wheel tighter. "I will. Even if the world turns against you, I'd still choose you." Back at the apartment, they returned to the quiet warmth of Jungkook's place. Taehyung lit a candle in the living room, filling the space with sandalwood and safety. Jungkook placed his groceries away while Taehyung watched him from the sofa. "You stare too much," Jungkook mumbled, not turning around. Taehyung smirked. "Because you're art?" Jungkook turned, cheeks slightly pink. "You're insufferable." Taehyung stood, slowly walking toward him. "But you still let me in." "I do." Taehyung stopped in front of him, close enough for Jungkook to feel his breath. "Do you love me again?" Jungkook looked up, eyes shimmering. "I never stopped." Later that night they lay in bed, limbs tangled, a record playing faintly in the background. Jungkook's head rested on Taehyung's chest. "I'm scared," he confessed. "What if we break again?" Taehyung kissed the crown of his head. "Then I'll fix us. Every time. As many times as it takes." Jungkook closed his eyes. And for the first time in a long while, he believed it.